This is how we celebrate.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Welcome to beautiful Miami Beach on this beautiful Monday morning. And I just want to say that our city leaders and our Convention and Visitors Bureau put in a special request to the man upstairs to have this amazing, gorgeous weather for all of you today. So thank you very much to everybody. My name's Julia Yarbo. I'm with the City of Miami Beach Communications Department, and welcome to our Centennial Celebration press conference announcing all of the incredible activities that will be taking place on our 100 hours of Centennial celebrations. As you know, we are marking our 100th birthday for the City of Miami Beach, a milestone. A lot of excitement, a lot of mystery has been shrouded in these events. Some huge named entertainers coming to town to keep everybody on their toes. So without any further ado, I want to dive right into the program. As you know, any city takes dozens of people to work well. We often see Mayor Levine on the forefront, making sure that everything is in place, but there are so many people behind the scenes that you never see who make sure that the city runs the way it should. And one of those people is our Assistant City Manager, Kathy Brooks. She has a lot on her plate. She handles our transportation, our human resources, our procurement, our property management, our real estate, housing, and community development, our tourism and cultural economic development, and our organizational development performance initiatives. Phew. She is a busy woman, and you hardly ever see her out on the forefront. So I'd like to introduce to you Kathy Brooks, who will get us kicked off this morning of what you can all expect today.
Thank you, Julia, and welcome everyone, as Julia said, to a beautiful Miami Beach day. We're excited to be here today celebrating 100 years of Miami Beach, and what a spectacular 100 years it has been. But we're only just beginning, and today you will see a little bit of where we're going for the next 100 years. We have with us today our fabulous mayor, the Honorable Philip Levine, as well as the CEO of ACT Productions, Bruce Orris, who has been coordinating our Centennial activities, as well as the chairman of Hard Rock International, James Allen, who obviously oversees the operation of a world-recognized brand in entertainment. And today we'll be unveiling our secret that we've kept hidden with the introduction of two of the internationally recognized musical performers who will be headlining our Centennial concert. But without further ado, now let's move on to one of our stars, our fabulous mayor, the Honorable Philip Levine.
Thank you. Thanks, Kathy. Thank you, Kathy. Well, I'll tell you one thing. You definitely don't want me singing during this concert, okay? First of all, everybody, welcome to this amazing New World Symphony, and what an appropriate place to be, because this is the heart of incredible music and creativity that Miami Beach is about. Miami Beach is a center for creative collaboration. And what's happening, of course, is our wonderful, amazing city is turning 100 years old on March 26th. We're very, very excited. And what's happening is it's not just about our previous 100 years. It's going to be also about our future 100 years. Miami Beach, as we all know, has an amazing storied past. From the 1920s land boom, where Carl Fisher saw something here in this amazing barrier island, and people came from all over the world, to the 1940s, where Miami Beach played an amazing integral role in winning World War II, where the Army Air Corps commandeered all our hotels and helped us win this most important war. To the 1950s, where the Rat Pack was all over Miami Beach, having a lot of fun. To the 1960s, where the great one said, "I love Miami Beach so much." Jackie Gleason, he said, "I'm going to take my entire show and bring it to Miami Beach." To challenging times, to the 1980s, to our rebirth and our renaissance with our Art Deco district, to 2015 becoming the hottest, most incredible, coolest, hippest, amazing place in the entire world. We're going to celebrate all this on March 26th. But we're also going to celebrate our future by bringing people's awareness to climate change and sea level rise. So, of course, it's not just about our future our past 100 years. It's also about our future 100 years. The events that are scheduled are going to be incredible, culminating on this amazing concert. I'm not going to get too deep into it, but it's going to be spectacular. And where else, of course, right on Miami Beach, right on the sand, And this is something that we want everyone to enjoy. It's a free concert for the people that love Miami Beach, that want to be here. So at this point, I'd like to introduce to you the gentleman who, let me tell you, he's had a lot of sleepless nights putting this together. And of course, this is the final sprint, but my friend who is the CEO of ACT Productions, and someone who doesn't sleep much at all, who's working hard for our city, let me introduce you, Bruce Oros.
Well, thank you very much, Mayor, and thank you all of you and everyone from the press that have made it out here today to our Magic City. We are going to bring you 100 hours of incredible arts and entertainment that will be kicked off on March 22nd, and we will invite and have a fashion and car experience on the beach. All of this taking place on 7th Street, going north, and we will occupy the beach for the week of 100 hours, where it will be followed with a Let's Get Astrophysical evening on Monday night. On Tuesday, we will have a star-studded world-class tennis event on the sand. That will be another milestone and another first. We will also have an incredible night, Wednesday night, of a food truck experience up at the bandshell to engage all of the venues here, and then coming back to the beach on March 26th to put together a noon to midnight show that, as the mayor just said, that will be, the world will be watching some of the greatest musical performances that anyone can possibly imagine gathering on the sand here. This is truly an honor for ACT and myself to be here, to be part of this incredible piece of history. I love this beach, and we hope that you guys will find the most amazing things happening over the 100 years and lots of surprises to come. Why don't I bring the mayor back up, Philip?
Sure. Thank you, Bruce. All this would not have been possible if we didn't find a real partner that would step up. Because as you can imagine, putting an event on like we're putting on that beach, it costs money. And we needed to find the right partner that would come together. I called my friend Jim Allen, who's the chairman of Hard Rock International, and I said, Jim, this is what we got going on. Can you help us? And I got to tell you, it happened so fast that Jim Allen brought Hard Rock International in to become our title sponsor to make this Centennial something that people will talk about for generations to come. Without further ado, I'm honored to bring up here my friend, the chairman of Hard Rock International, Jim Allen.
Mr. Mayor, thank you for the kind words. It is truly an honor for Hard Rock to be involved in this amazing event. When you think about the city of Miami Beach with a 100-year centennial and the history of the state of Florida with the Seminole tribe, if you're not aware, Hard Rock International is owned by the Seminole tribe. It's something that really ties all cultures together. When we think about Hard Rock, when it was started in 1971, there were two foundation blocks. Number one, save the planet. Number two, love all, serve all. What's absolutely amazing is when we think about all the, the challenges that are out there in the environment today, and we're talking about specifically sea levels rising here, it just was a natural for us to become involved. And when we think about music, we think we do it as well as anybody in the world. We're in 62 countries around the world now, over 28,000 live music events last year at our Hard Rock locations, which is in 62 countries. So as we think about this relationship and this amazing honor that the mayor was so kind to extend to us, it was one that was a very easy yes, how can we get involved? I will tell you the timetable was a little interesting, but we have been working around the clock and obviously trying to secure all the relationships, both from a philanthropic, a giving, and most importantly, to create the event of all events in the history of Miami. I will echo the mayor's comments, excuse me, when we talk about this is not just 100 years of the past, this is how we grow together in Florida and specifically the city of Miami Beach in the future. So with that, I think we have a few artists that would create hopefully an amazing amount of excitement, because when we think about their backgrounds on a global basis, not just a local basis, this is as good as it gets. This is something that we think we're so excited about having these two individuals to be our headliners, which has now allowed us to continue to attract additional artists, so this becomes the day of all days. The first individual I would like to acknowledge as the two come out together is Mr. Andrea Bocelli. With an over 20-year history in international concerts and tenure from around the world and selling over 80 million records. Accompanied with him is Mr. Barry Gibb from the legendary Bee Gees. Barry is the only artist that's ever had 5 #1 hits at one time on the Billboard, 6. All right, well, maybe we've got a new song. And obviously an inductee to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So truly, we believe we've delivered from the excitement, a very, very eclectic music mix, and truly looking forward to the events on March 26th. With that, I'll turn it back over to the mayor.
Thank you. Well, I got to tell you, we could not have been honored with two greater international stars that in their own right, both of them are so special and so unique, who call Miami and Miami Beach their home. When I reached out to Barry Gibb a long time ago, right in the beginning, Barry said to me, I love Miami Beach, and I'll be there for Miami Beach. And we were so happy because Barry Gibb and the Bee Gees are legendary. They define our city and our time. And of course, my friend Andrea Bocelli, that I was so honored last night to be able to attend his incredible concert. And when you hear the maestro sing, there's nothing like it. And of course, it reminds us of the time when when Pavarotti was in Miami Beach many, many years ago. And we are so excited to have Andrea Bocelli. The two of them together are so special. It shows what Miami Beach is about. And we're honored, we thank you, and we're so excited to get rolling on this incredible concert. Andrea, would you like to speak? Let me bring you. Here we go.
So, I'm a little bit in trouble because I lost my voice. Luckily, I lost it during the night, not yesterday. And I'm in trouble also because my English is not enough. So, but luckily I have here a friend just translating for me. Anyway, I try to tell you something. I'm very happy because I have a beautiful memory. Many years ago, I arrived in Miami for my first time. I arrived and it was evening. And I remember that coming back from, come si dice di scendere dall'aereo? Leaving the airplane. I felt a beautiful air, great atmosphere. And then arriving in the city, I remember there was many people on the street singing, and it was like a big fest, And I thought, this is my city. In fact, some year ago, coming from New York, where it was so cold, very cold. I arrived here, and there was a beautiful sun. And I said, okay, I buy a house here. Now I live in Miami also. I have a house, and in a certain sense, I feel. Mi sembra di essere, come si dice, miamese. Come si dice?
Miami as well?
Okay, and now, yeah, perfect. Yeah. Thank you very much. So for this reason, I will be very happy to be here for the birthday of Miami, and I will do all my best, hoping to have a great voice, not like now. So, thank you very much.
Thank you. I just want to say one thing, and I want to introduce Barry Gibb, who obviously needs no introduction, but the reason I'm pulling out my phone is I was at Barry's house, and you'll love this, okay? I'm at Barry's house, and I'm talking to him about this entire Centennial. And all of a sudden, someone from the office calls me, and my ringtone answers. And this is what it was. So, and at that point, Barry said, "Okay, you got me." Let me introduce, of course, the great, great Barry Gibb.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you. Wow. Well, we are an immigrant family, just like Mr. Bocelli, and we came here about 35 years ago to make an album and try and make a comeback, you know. And we fell in love with the sky, just the same reasons. We fell in love with the beautiful sky, and we come from a place that was pretty cold, and you didn't see the sun very much, you know, once a year, maybe a couple of days. And we love it here. We fell in love with the whole place, and we knew right then and there, which is probably about 75, 76, that this was going to be our home. And we've been married for 46 years. We have 5 kids and 7 grandkids. And this is the greatest place on earth to raise a family. And it's steadfast, it's a stable society, it's a wonderful society. It's getting more and more wonderful because of this mayor. Did a fantastic job. I've been watching, especially the beach for dogs. I think that's a wonderful idea. It's one of the wonderful ideas. But thank you, and I want to be able to say happy birthday, Miami, on that night, and I'm going to have a wonderful time. Thank you all for being here today.
Thank you, Barry.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now, the musical direction, we're lucky because, you know, you live in Miami Beach, you have all these amazing people as your resources and your assets. But we happen to have one of the greatest musical directors, music industry legends in the world that lives in Miami Beach in a hot area called North Beach, you all know. And he volunteered his services because he's very, very busy producing some of the greatest Latin songwriters in the world. And as you know, he has the Latin Songwriters Hall of Fame show, which is, if you haven't been to it, you can't miss it. It's the best show I've ever seen. And let me introduce to you, I'd like to recognize and have him say a few words, the legendary Rudy Perez. Thank you.
I am so honored. I don't even know what to say. You know, when Philip and Bruce called and they said, we want to put the biggest show that Dade County and, you know, South Florida has ever seen, I was so excited to call all my friends. All I can tell you that this is how we celebrate. We're putting together an all-star band as these guys deserve because they're the best in the world. So the musicians that are going to be up on stage are the best of the best. And we couldn't ask for a better cast of superstars that night. And I'm so proud to be a part of this great birthday. I love Miami Beach.
Thank you. And of course, it's President's Day. And I know you're all here, and you don't do usually press conferences on President's Day, and we thank you so much. But someone I want to thank in particular is my colleague who helps me get things done, because this wouldn't happen, is our amazing Commissioner Joy Malikoff, who's sitting right up here in the front. So we thank you so much for coming. And of course, any questions?
Anyone that has any questions, if you would like to direct them to the artists, I think this would be a great time, and we'll hand the mic off to each artist as you request. Any questions? Yes.
We're also going to do some photos, but if you have questions, and then we'll have the question directly to which artist. So we'll just take a couple questions. The question is, what song will Mr. Gibb lead off the concert with?
Yeah. You know what, we're still trying to organize what the set's going to look like and what it's going to feel like. So I don't really have an answer for that question, but except for the fact that you just have to be there. And that's the key.
Any other questions? What time does it start? Well, I'm going to leave that one to Bruce. I think it's starting early afternoon. By the way, let me just say one thing. Of course, having the most incredible, famous superstars like Barry Gibb and Andrea Bocelli, you know, as we told the city manager, Jimmy Morales, who couldn't be here today, and our police chief, they kept saying, whoa, whoa, we're going to have so many people. He was like, slow down, Mayor. We're not doing Woodstock here, okay? And I said to him, I said, listen, we are doing Woodstock. And whatever rules we have to break to make this successful, you won't have to do it again for another 100 years, so don't worry. Okay? So as far as timing?
Yes, well, this is like an Olympics. This is our Olympics, our music Olympics. It'll start at 12 noon on the 26th. We will start with a beach party, and as the night wears on, we will actually, you know, be building the excitement and the sort of interest to make this stage the most dynamic, incredible stage the world can see.
You know, I think a good question would be for Mr. Bocelli as far as the type of orchestra that you plan to have behind him.
Absolutely. Let me pass the mic.
¿Qué tipo de orquesta? Well, unfortunately, for the kind of music I do, it's necessary to have a big orchestra. At least, as usual, 70, 80 people and choir. So the stage will be very, very full.
Ok, me han pedido que hable en español para mis amigos latinos. Estamos muy honrados de ser parte, de formar parte de este gran equipo de esta celebración del 100 aniversario de Miami Beach. Con estas superestrellas que tenemos, este elenco súper increíble. Va a ser la fiesta más importante que se ha visto en la historia. Espero que todos vengan. La orquesta que hemos montado, como el maestro Bocelli acaba de decir, es una orquesta superior, los mejores músicos que existen en Miami. Así que esperamos verlos todos ahí el 26 de marzo en Miami Beach. Gracias.
There's one more thing I want to say that I would be remiss not to. There's a third person missing who unfortunately is enjoying the snow of Boston, but she's one of the legendary icons of our city, and she will be there, and she would have been here today, and that's the amazing Gloria Estefan, okay? So we know Gloria wanted to be here, and as do a lot of people that are up in Boston right now, but unfortunately she won't, but she will be here on March 26th, as well as other stars and singers that are still coming on at this time, but here are incredible, amazing headliners, and we're so honored to have. Any other questions from anyone in the audience? ¿Hay preguntas de español, inglés? Sir, please.
Surprise.
That's a surprise. There we go. Yeah, the Miami Beach 100. Also, any questions about the Centennial? It's miamibeach100.com. miamibeach100.com has all the information. It'll be constantly being updated about the Centennial celebration and about the concert itself. And of course, we promise this kind of weather on March 26th. So this is exactly how it will be. Anyone else? No? Thank you all for coming, and we'll see you on March 26th. Thank you.
This is how we celebrate.